eye-opener, the price of eggs. Establishment Democratic leaders seem to be so up in arms about the price of eggs, but was this always the case? Where was their outrage over the soaring inflation that occurred over the first 3.5 years of Joe Biden's presidency? They all claimed that the economy was great under Biden, but within days of Trump's inauguration, they expected the price of eggs to plummet. First off, why would the price of eggs even need to come down if Biden's economy was so strong? Secondly, how could Trump ever be expected to immediately correct the problems in the American economy that Biden ruined over a period of 4 years? Then there was the failed attempt to storm the offices of USAID and the Treasury. Try listening to the clips of Maxine Waters, Chuck Schumer, and others without the video while simultaneously not thinking they sound mentally deficient. Schumer's chants of "we will win and we won't" quite sounded as if they were delivered by a person who had only ever received a participation ribbon or trophy. And then there was Maxine Waters challenging Elon to bring his ass outside. Not only did she sound like George Jefferson's mother yelling at Wheezy, but had her words been delivered by a man with a southern twang or accent while wearing a pointed white hood, and her chants would have been reminiscent of threats made in the American South during the Jim Crow. And during the protests outside USAID, some of those speakers sounded like they rode the short bus to school. Just listen without the video. And then there's the pastor who was inciting violence as the solution to Trump and Elon's audit of various government agencies. He even misinterpreted the Bible as justifying the violence he wanted to visit upon duly elected and appointed leaders of the United States. Given the hysteria that many of those referenced above tried to create around the January 6th Capitol breach, how could they seek to do what they've accused Trump of doing for the past 4 years? How could anyone believe a thing these Democrats claim, especially given the lack of evidence for their claims? They either sound hypocritical or nonsensical. To find out other ways you're being screwed by your current leaders, check out the posts on this blog daily. Learn about the biggest and worst issues that America and its people face today. You can also check into this blog daily to hear about those issues that America and its people will face in the near and distant future. If, however, you would like to discover possible solutions to either mitigate the worst impacts of these issues or solutions to avoid them altogether, keep listening. The problems we face are not as complicated as so many leaders and news reports claim. They are man-made and are only claimed as complicated so those who are responsible can maintain control. For example, there is a persistent argument that moving government is like turning a cruise ship around. It is supposedly a long process that can only be achieved incrementally. While this may be true for laws and policies that benefit the majority of Americans, it does not seem to be so for that smallest of American minorities. When one examines the policies and laws that benefit that minority known as the elite or the rich, the speed at which those laws are passed is exponentially faster. While most of us sit on the deck chairs waiting for the Titanic to avoid the myriad of icebergs of which we seem to continually run afoul, the elite ride comfortably in speedboats. If, according to our Constitution, all men are created equal, why do the rich live quite different lives than the rest of us? Where is our speedboat? In 2018, Chris Osman wrote a book highlighting the problems humanity would face if more power, wealth, and control were funneled to a small group of individuals, groups, or organizations. In that book, Mr. Osman provided solutions, from himself and others, to the inevitable problems we would all face. In it, he also provided a means for the public to analyze, compare, and contrast the words and deeds of those we've chosen to follow against our real-world experiences. To this end, Mr. Osman provides the means for readers to disseminate information as provided by their news sources of choice, their elected officials, and any other authority they choose to follow. The book, titled Solutions, Enough Complaining, Let's Fix America, offers a means to hold leaders up, not just to a higher standard than is currently accepted, but to one that will improve lives. Why exactly should we believe you? Click the link below and get your copy of Solutions today.